What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another, not first ride, this is actually a second ride, because I have ridden the Benelli Imperiale before. Video link right up here to me riding it somewhere up in the mountains. But today we are in the beautifully crowded and polluted city of Bucharest. Oh yeah. And we are gonna do a bit of city riding with this bike because I've ridden it up in the mountains. It's really fun up in the mountains, but let us see how it rides as a city bike. I got my full leather jacket on, my leather gloves on. I'm on a blacked out Imperiale, and yeah, looking good on a lazy Sunday. Is it green? It's green. On a lazy Sunday through the city of Bucharest, we're gonna do a bit of city riding because this is a relaxed bike that you ride through the city. Thumping, vibrations and everything. This is a bike you relax on. This is what this thing is made for. It's made for weekend cruises, weekend rides. It still has some punch. Now, considering I've gotten off the Zero SRF, which is tremendously powerful, to be back on this thing, yeah, it feels sluggish, but you know what? It feels fine. It's fine. Currently, I do not want speed. All I want is have a bit of fun, enjoy a Sunday afternoon, or a Sunday. Is it afternoon? No, it's lunchtime. It's about 12 o'clock. Enjoy a nice Sunday ride through the city, doing the speed limit, and just taking in the scenery. Now, normally I would go just a little bit outside the city, but we can't do that. We only have it for about half an hour. But I want to see how it rides through the city, how it rides in traffic. Can we filter with it? We do have an air-cooled single cylinder, about 21 horsepower, and I don't know torque. I think it's like 25 or 30 Newton meters, so it does have torque. And oh yeah, thumping. The sound. I'm gonna open this up. The sound is where it's at. The sound is where it's at. That's what I like about this motorcycle. Just that feeling. If I wouldn't be looking at the cars around me, I would say we are currently in the 1930s. In the 30s? Maybe the 50s. Yeah, in the 50s. We're currently in the 1950s. Very easy to find neutral, which is an essential part of city riding. Very easy to set off from a traffic light with the torque of the engine. Like I said, it may not have a lot of power, but it definitely has a lot of torque, and torque is what gets you off the line and going down the road. It's a good thing we're in this part of Bucharest, in the northern part. This is more of like the select part of the city. This is where the rich people live. And you gotta look good when you got money, and I think I'm fitting in. The thing is, this motorcycle ain't expensive. Oh no, this motorcycle is only about 4,500 euros. So you look like you have $1 million, but it's actually quite cheap and everybody can buy it. Like I've said, this is a bike that I've said in my previous video, this is all about feeling. This is not a bike that's gonna set your pants on fire. This is not a bike that's gonna woo you with its extreme speed and extreme power. But this is a bike you're gonna enjoy. You're gonna have fun with, and surprisingly, you can filter with it very, very easily because the seat is decently low. I don't like the foot pegs. The foot pegs get in the way of my actual feet, but you can filter with it, and it does have quite a nice turning radius. And otherwise, It's a beautiful city bike. Now it is heavy at about 200 kilograms, but once you're going, you don't actually feel all that the weight. Let's go in here. Yeah. Rich part of the city. Brakes are nice and responsive in the city. They are not too harsh. You can easily modulate your brake. And you know, riding it with this engine sound echoing from the buildings around you. I still got a lot of wind. I'm gonna close this. It's true, I don't have any fairing. I hope you can hear some engine noise in my helmet, but it's just beautiful how this thing sounds, how it thumps, that classic air-cooled engine sound. It's just something. I don't know how to explain it. On a bike like this, I don't want to see how fast it goes. Okay, if people ask me in the comments top speed, I don't know the top speed, and guess what? I don't care for the top speed. I really do not care what the top speed of this motorcycle is. Genuinely, I don't care. This is a bike that you ride nice and relaxed, just puddling along, making mincemeat of the traffic, and still enjoying ourselves. First gear, off we go. It has plenty of power to get up from a traffic light and leave the traffic behind. So 21 horsepower may not seem like a lot, but for something you ride around the city, it's more than enough power. It genuinely is more than enough power. I think they changed the laws here. I don't think I was supposed to ride on this, so let's quickly get off this street. This used to be a normal street, now I see it's a bus lane. Haven't been here in a while. So let's get in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, waking up the neighbors to some 50s motorcycle sounds. Oh yeah. Let's go here. Oh yeah. Man, I could listen to this engine all day long. All day long I could listen to the thumper thumping away. What a beautiful machine in terms of experience. This bike is an experience, okay? It's an experience in the sense of the feelings and emotions that it gives you. Again, you don't ride this with... This isn't a spec sheet. This isn't a spec sheet motorcycle. This is a motorcycle that you have to ride to understand. On paper, it's bloody awful. 20 horsepower, 200 plus kilograms. Nothing to write home about. Why would you buy something like this? Well, I would buy something like this because it's just an experience. The little kid in the tram. Keep it under 4,000 RPM and the thing just lugs quietly. Well, I say quietly, thumps beautifully. Not quietly, it thumps beautifully. And it looks like $1 million. Turning heads. Okay. So, people here don't like motorcycles, but let me tell you, if there are motorcycle people around, this thing turns head. Let's see. All right, here we go. Motorcycle people. See, motorcycle people turn their heads. Speed bump. It's an enjoyable bike for a Sunday afternoon cruise. Go to the city, go to a pub, park this thing in front of a pub, and that's where this thing looks absolutely awesome. Because, like I said, this is a motorcycle to be experienced. This isn't a motorcycle to This isn't a motorcycle for spec sheets. This is an experience, a proper motorcycle experience. I mean, just look at it. Here, parked, with the sun shining in this background. It just looks right. It just looks, in this backdrop, it just looks proper. It looks classic, spoked wheels, this stainless steel exhaust looks absolutely awesome, and the sound is awesome. Thumping, that classic thumper noise. Yeah, it just looks great in this backdrop. But let's ride it a little bit more. And although it's a classic bike, and the way it's set up with an air-cooled engine and everything, the gearbox is nice and slick, neutral is very easy to find, brakes are thoroughly modern, it has ABS. You got all the amenities of a modern motorcycle, but with the feeling of a 60-year-old motorcycle and the looks of a 60-year-old motorcycle. See, it rides nice and straight. You can even turn it without using your hands, so it's very well balanced. For being a classic style motorcycle, it's extremely well balanced. And even on bumpy roads, it's not that bad. It wallows a little bit, but that's what you expect. You don't expect like modern high-tech suspension. You expect it to be soft and maybe a little bit wallowy, a little bit cushiony. Let's see, we need some power here. Plenty of power, again, for the city. Plenty of power. You might think it's slow, you might think it's whatever you might think. You might think it's slow, but honest to God, it isn't. Sure, it's probably slow if you take it on the highway. On the highway, yes, it's gonna feel very underpowered. But it's not made for the highway. It's not made for high-speed cruising. And honest to God, it's not made for touring. Yes, you can tour on it because it's utterly comfortable, upright riding position. The handlebar is in a nice place. You can grip the tank very easily. I mean, it's a perfect thickness, the tank, so you're comfortable on it. You're comfortable gripping it. You do have these side grips on the tank, and yeah, it's a perfect bike for relaxation, having fun. Like I said, neutral is dead easy to find. Something like this as a third or a fourth bike is chef's kiss. Exactly what you need for that weekend ride, that weekend fun, and maybe even in the middle of the week. I mean, leaving work to go home and being able to ride something like this home. Doesn't matter if you had a crappy day or an awesome day at work, and especially if you had a crappy day, this thing will put a smile on your face and get you to work, get you home nice and relaxed, and be ready to take your loved one in your arms and enjoy the evening together. You forget all your problems when you ride something like this, and you just enjoy the moment. Oh, we have some, let's see, people looking. Nope. You just enjoy the moment. You just enjoy the presence, the reality, being in this moment, being in the 1950s and riding your motorcycle like they used to do 70, 80 years ago. Men or women, I don't care. I don't care which gender you are. If you like bikes, you're gonna like something like this. It's impossible not to like it. Honestly, it's impossible not to like it. But yeah, this bike is a proper experience and it's proper fun. And if you ever get the chance to try one, please try one. And if you ever if you're thinking about it, about buying something like this, maybe not the Imperiale, but a classic style motorcycle like this, maybe a Royal Enfield, maybe I know QJ has a model like this. There are many people that make these style of motorcycles. Try one. Don't look at the spec sheets. Try one, and you will see what I'm talking about. You will definitely fall in love with it. Come on. And it does have punch if you want it. But yeah, it's a wonderful motorcycle. If you use it for what it's supposed to be used, it's gonna be a bundle of joy if you buy one. But thank you all so much for watching, and until next time guys, don't forget, take care out there and ride safe. Bye.